Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Inside Guns with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. Now, over the last few days, we've talked about some serious topics. We've talked about some topics with a very heavy political bent to them. So today, I just want to keep it simple and light and talk guns. So first off, today, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to address this ridiculously stupid micro gun craze that's going on right now. You know, all the little single stacks, like the shield and everything, becoming like double stacks just so you could have a little bit more rounds in a little tiny gun. You know, the LCP even becoming a double stack. Lots of these little guns with higher capacity that are becoming popular right now. And the reason I say it's a ridiculously stupid trend is because that's what people seem to think that I think of this trend. It isn't. I don't think that of them at all. Now, do I think they're the optimal gun to carry? No, I don't think they're the optimal gun to carry. No one ever said that. I don't think anyone thinks that. But they're good guns if you want to conceal and you don't want to print and you don't want other people to know you're carrying a little double stack or staggered stack, whatever they are, LCP. What better gun to put somewhere inconspicuous and not have it easily seen or felt? Well, especially not felt if you put it in some inconspicuous places I'm talking about. If people are feeling it there, you got issues. But, or you're just very popular, I guess. But like I was saying, they're awesome as far as being able to conceal, but still have some capacity. One of the worst things about little tiny guns like C-cams and stuff is they don't have a lot of capacity. You know, 5, 6 rounds, and you're done. That's one thing to have 5 or 6 rounds when you're shooting .357 Magnum at somebody. But when you're shooting 25, 32, 380, even 9mm at someone, I'd rather have a few extra rounds, especially if the first couple rounds have to break some glass that I'm shooting through. So that was one of the big drawbacks. But now you can get them with 10, 12 rounds in them. That's a huge improvement. I think they're awesome. The guns like the P365, the guns like the Hellcat from Springfield Armory, the new one, the Kimber, the one that I actually have right now testing. The Mako, the R7 Mako, I do believe it's called. All these guns, they're awesome. I don't think they're stupid at all. Like I said, not the optimal gun to carry because they're not the highest caliber and they're not even the highest capacity, but still 10, 12 rounds. Some of them 15, 16, 17 rounds in these in 9mm in these small guns, but they're still great because here's the thing about them. They make people more likely to carry. If I gave someone a Smith & Wesson 686 4-inch barrel and said, here's what I consider the best gun ever made to carry it, a lot of people would be like, this is kind of like carrying an anchor around all day. Plus, it's big. People are going to wonder what's under my shirt. People are going to wonder what that bulge in my pants is because I've never been accused of having a bulge in my pants before. So they're probably not going to carry it. With these little guns, the Hellcats, the P365s, even smaller ones, the LCPs, etc., people will actually carry it. And I hate to break it to you, an LCP in your pocket is better than a Smith & Wesson 686 on your nightstand if you're at the bus stop and someone starts to rob you or, I don't know, molest you or whatever, depending on what is the thing that you're going to be most opposed to them doing to you. So they're not stupid. There's very few guns that are stupid. There's some guns that are ridiculous because of being incredibly impractical, like the Smith & Wesson 460 snub nose revolver. It's ridiculous. It's not stupid. I have one. I love it. It's abusive. I wouldn't want to have to shoot it. If for some reason I had to carry that gun, and I've said this before, if someone came at me and I had to draw that gun on them, for one, if they didn't drop dead looking at the thing or just start laughing thinking it was a cartoon gun, if I did have to draw on someone with ill intents, I'd have to ask them, hey, are you going to rape and murder me or are you just going to rape me? Because if it's the latter, I might just be like, okay, well then I'd just rather not have to fire this. So guns matter. The size matters. I don't know what some people say. Size doesn't matter. But You can't always have size. You can't always have power. So if you've got these smaller guns, which are still incredibly competent, especially the 9mm versions, I wouldn't scoff at an LCP. Someone pulled an LCP and pointed at me right now, I'd be like, whatever it was I was doing, I will stop doing. I'm not going to short sell 380. So I don't think this trend is stupid. Like I said before already, I think it's awesome because it gets people to carry. Someone who before wouldn't have carried because they'd be like, well, I can't carry a big gun and little guns just aren't worth it. And believe me, people have this go through their head. There's people who use this exact train of thought when they're justifying whether or not they're going to carry that day. They'll say, that gun's too big. That gun might as well just have a pointy stick. So just won't carry because what's it matter? If I can't carry the big gun, won't carry. Now they've got something that's kind of in the middle. Now, out of the three of them, if I had to rank the three most popular ones, the P365, the R7 Mako, and the Hellcat right now, I've had the most experience with the Kimber, and I actually like the Kimber. That's why I agreed to test the Kimber, because I liked it better than the other two. And plus, I knew what the 365 was. I've shot the 365. I knew what the Hellcat was. I've shot the Hellcat. And I had to be honest, I'm not real impressed with the Hellcat, but my opinion might be tainted. But I do see a lot of them coming back onto the second market. But I'm not doing a review of the guns here. I'm just talking about the actual classification that's becoming very popular. And it's becoming popular, I think, because, like I said, more people are carrying. And I think this is a symptom of that, because now that you have more everyday people carrying that aren't gun people, they're saying, you know what I'd like? I'd like a gun that's competent but not that big, because I don't want to have a big gun. That's what I've said my whole life. I don't even want to have a big gun. It depends on how I'd rather just be able to shoot more accurately. That's been my philosophy my whole life. But like as I was saying, you got this whole group of people that are new, that are carrying, but they don't want to carry Beretta 92s or 686s or 329s. They want to carry something like a little LCP. They want to carry something like a little Shield. They want to carry something like a Mako or a Hellcat or what's the other one? A P365. I've lost track of which one. There's so many of them these days. I can't even keep track of all of them. That's what they want. And I'm all for giving people what they want if it's going to mean they're carrying. And that's what I see this trend as, a sign of how many new carriers there are that really don't want to have a big gun, a fancy gun, or anything like that. They just want capacity, and they want something small, and they want it to be capable and reliable. And all these guns give you that. So to those people out there that think, you just think this is stupid, I can tell by the way you talk about these guns. No, they're just not for me. I'm old. I have to compensate for things. So I want a bigger, more powerful gun. I'm also relatively sure I can hit my target because of years and years and years and years of practice. You got to remember, I've been shooting for 47 years. So I'm pretty sure I can hit my target. I'm pretty competent at hitting even moving targets. Maybe not multiple times. That's why I like a bigger round, because my reactions aren't what they used to be. But I'm pretty confident that I can hit my target. A lot of people that are new carriers, they want to have as many rounds as possible because they're like, I might miss the first couple times. So I think this trend is awesome. Like I say, not for me because I don't like polymer guns. I don't care if I print. I've got bulges all over me now that I didn't used to have anyway, so one more doesn't matter. And, if it impresses somebody, so be it. I have actually been stopped walking out of a Lowe's once, and someone asked me, store security goes, you want to lift your shirt up, show me what's under your shirt? And I said, my colostomy bag. And he went, oh, I'm so sorry. Let me go. It was really my gun. But when you're my age, you know what to say to discourage people. Let's just say that. But getting off topic, not to get back on topic here, I don't think this trend is stupid. I think this trend is awesome. I think it gives people more choices, gives people what they want, especially new people, and it gives a category of gun that people would carry when they might not otherwise carry at all. So like I said, for far as I'm concerned, it may not be for me, but I'm all for it. All right, everybody, with that being said, let's move on to what is my favorite part of the show, gun talk. Even though the first part was pretty much gun talk today, too, we get 2 doses of it. And today I want to answer a question from a viewer, and it's in the same vein as the first topic today. In fact, this is actually a question from 2 viewers about small guns. So I'm combining 2 viewers into one here. Not literally. I'm not like making a Frankenstein viewer or anything like that. Don't worry. Or I'm not forcing them to mate or anything. Just for the sake of the question, I'm combining the questions. One person asked me, hey, what do you think about car firearms? And another person asked me, hey, where do you think car stands in today's market where these little guns are becoming popular again, like I mentioned in the first segment? Well, I want to answer that question, that combined question, by saying I love cars. I've told people that for a long time. I love them. They are thin. They are well made. They are ergonomic. They are reliable. And they are so easy to conceal. And they have the best trigger on a striker-fired gun, period. I don't think there is a single striker-fired trigger out there, P320, Walther PPQ, none of them, that comes close to being as high quality as Car's trigger. That smooth, clean, consistent, sharp braking trigger on the Car, just awesome as far as I'm concerned. And I've always liked their designs. They have all steel guns. They have polymer frame guns. They're probably way more famous for their polymer frame guns, all the way down to the little like PM380 or whatever it is, all the way up to their 45s. But they've always been really simple, nothing on them really to snag much, octagonal barrels on a lot of them, the octagonal rifling. So just not the barrel itself is not octagonal, the rifling. It's polygonal. Why am I saying octagonal? Good Lord. I got my gonals mixed up. Don't ever do that, especially not in Taiwan. You'll end up in a lot of trouble if you get your gonals mixed up. Because people down there, they try to confuse you with the wrong gonals quite often, trust me. But getting back on topic here, they got the polygonal barrel rifling in a lot of the higher end models. And plus they got like the CM models that are lower and cheaper, but still fire every bit as well and shoot every bit as good. So Car guns are awesome as far as I'm concerned. As far as how they stand in the market today, now that these small guns are becoming popular again, I think they're getting left behind. That's the thing about Car. They're single stacks, and they haven't really moved forward any beyond that. They don't have their single stacks and anything. They're just single stacks. They're thin, they're easy to conceal, but they have really fallen behind these other guns that have started making staggered magazines and double stack magazines in these small guns that really aren't much thicker than the actual single stack guns. So Car is falling behind, and it's sad because I really like Car, but they really need to start innovating with their polymer line, especially. Start doing some 10 round guns, some 12 round guns, hopefully, because they really have missed the mark on that. They just haven't kept up with the market. Several years ago, when small guns were almost always single stack, they were one of the best options you could get. Now they're overshadowed by the P365s, the Shields, the, the Hellcat, the R7 Mako from Kimber. Those guns are kind of blowing a Car out of the water now. And that's a shame because, like I said, Car kind of got on the boat early for this small, concealable, easy to use gun. And like I say, their triggers are awesome. So they were like at the forefront of this. But I think they got a little complacent because they haven't kept up with the others. And they really need to start catching up. I would love to see some double stack and staggered stack Car products. I think they would be awesome. I'd just love to see them do something different. Other than just window dressing is what they've been doing lately. Like special carving features that, that sad sacks fall for. Like people that are just like really gullible will be like, oh, that's got 25th anniversary stamped on it. I'm going to go buy that one. Like the one I bought. But they just are, like I said, falling behind. I think they're still great guns for what they are, but they're not keeping up with the market. I would love to see them keep up with the market and what's available from other manufacturers. I still think they make great guns, still think they may have a great trigger. I just think right now they're being overshadowed by their competitors. All right, everybody, I want to end the show today with our viewer EDC of the day. And today we have Paul Anthony Hernandez. And I feel safe in using his last name because he uses it in the chats. So not too worried about outing him for who he is. And what he is carrying is an EAA Windicator. I wanted to show this today because I wanted to show people that, a lot of times people think, oh my God, I either have to pay for a Smith or a Ruger or I have to get a Taurus. Well, no, there's other options. The Windicator's one of them. And the Windicator's not a bad gun. It's a simple gun. It's not a very expensive gun. And it's basically just set up for carry. Fixed rear sight, fixed front sight. Now, I think this orange goo on the back of the sight here, I think that's his doing. I think he painted that himself. And Hispanic, so Hernandez, can't give anybody named Hernandez something without them painting it orange or putting header pipes on it or something. I think that is a stereotype for Hispanic people, isn't it? Isn't that a racial slander for Hispanics that they paint things orange? If not, I just made it up. So yay, I just made up a new racial degradation. What do you say that? How do you say that? A nasty thing to say about someone based on their race. What am I going to do at the gun? I can't. Well, you're going to put spinner caps on it. I can't do that. That doesn't make any sense. It is what it is. But like I say, I think he had that himself because I don't think that's there. But this gun, like I said, set up for carry, fixed front and rear sight, stainless gun, 6 shots, 357 Magnum. It's a great alternative to the bigger name brands at a much lower price. And EAA has really, done a very good job of making guns as of late. A lot of people know them for their witnesses, things like that. But they also do make a revolver. And I have looked at it many times, just never actually ever bought one. But I've always kind of wanted to buy one and give it like a melt treatment and finish it up real good. Like put a satin finish on it and see what it looked like. So anybody who's done that, send me an email. Let me know what it ended up looking like. But getting off topic here, I want to get back to it and say I just wanted to show our viewer EDC of the day, and that is Paul Anthony Hernandez with his EAA Windicator, and it looks like he carries it inside waistband. That's hard. That picture is very blurry. Either the picture is very blurry or he took it in a mirror that is very dirty. I'm going to go with blurry just because that's less gross. But like I said, that's our viewer EDC of the day. Paul Anthony Hernandez in his EAA, or not in his, but with his EAA Windicator. All right, everybody, that's our show for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you come back again tomorrow. Until then, I just want to sign off, as usual, by saying, as far as the state of the world today is concerned, it is what it is. It could be a lot worse, trust me, but it could still be better. And if we as a community come together and start ignoring the fear mongers, the profiteers, the fake activists, the people that have been milking us for money for decades, and the newcomers that are milking us for money now, the YouTube channels, etc., the ones that want to perpetuate fear and panic so people will go out and spend money. If we ignore those people, keep level heads about us and fight smart and hard for our rights in this country, what things will be for people who value the Second Amendment and freedom in general in the very near future is better.